is the lifeline of any government institution, any government for that matter. So grievance redressal as such has been given utmost importance by the government of Tamil Nadu. So we have an exclusive software which was developed last year to have a very wholesome, integrated and inclusive public grievances system. Next. It's not that grievance, this mechanism is something new or something out of the way. We have had grievance redressal portal for last 20 years, which almost for 15 years it's been online, and we have been collecting online petition and redressing it. However, we found that we need to have a more inclusive software which will help us to make it very easier where we can collect feedback from the that are there. So in order to have this wholesome and integrated, we have developed this software. Next. Next slide, please. Yeah. We have a centralized monitoring mechanism, which was lacking earlier, and this whole system has put in place things that were missing in the previous portal. Now, to start with, this was a kind of a software which was not just an online portal, but it also came with a wholesome project as such. So we have a call center attached to the toll-free number, that is 1100, was provided to reach out to the public. So this software is integrated with the call center. So we have around 200 employees who receive the petitions coming from the public on the toll-free number. So on the same spot, that is as and when we receive the calls, the grievance of the people as it is narrated by the public is entered on the portal. So the grievances get registered then and there, and immediately, that is automatically, the petitions are directed and it gets assigned to the responsible officers. Now, there are more than 2,000 types of grievances that we have mapped. So that is the best part of the software, that one need not search to which officer this has to be assigned to, because we have mapped grievances and sub-grievances which are which are applicable for each and every department as such. So there the petitions get and automatically direct. The moment we select a grievance, it goes to the responsible officer directly. So there is no interference, there is no delay in assigning petitions to the given number, given officer. Next. Next slide, please. Yeah, so once the petitions are assigned to the, once it is registered, immediately an SMS is generated and an acknowledgement number is generated, and it goes to the public. So it is not just those who enter the portal and who can make online petition, but it is also for those who make a toll-free call over the toll-free number. Now, here we have various mechanisms of receiving petitions. So we have manual people who come to the CM cell to give the petitions. Those petitions are again entered on the same portal. We have phone calls received through 1100. We have people entering the petitions through the online portal directly. So in all these methods, the petitions are dealt in the similar manner. Now, these petitions are, once it is entered, SMS is generated. So once the acknowledgement number goes to the public, and the grievances go to the inbox, that is a responsible officer. Once he opens the petition, as they necessarily go to the field, talk to the petitioners and get the redressal, get the petitions redressed. Now these petitions, once they are redressed, the reply is typed in the portal, and also a letter is sent to the petitioners. Yeah. Apart from sorry for the small error. Apart from the
Sorry. So once the petitions are addressed, the petitioner, once he enters with this acknowledgement number, he can go back and he can search for the reply. That is, an answer is given to him the moment the petitions are addressed as well. So he gets an SMS saying that your petition is redressed and it has been accepted or rejected, whatever the status be. And after that, he wants to, and he also gets by way of post, he gets a intimation about the reply that is given. Now, if the person, that is the citizen, is not happy with the reply, he has an option to appeal against the answers given by us. And at times where, so another thing which I would like to talk about is the reopen option. So when a petition is being redressed and it is not, we have this monitoring mechanism where we have set of officers here in the CM cell who read the replies given by the responsible officer. And if we see that the answer is irresponsible or something which is not complete, we reopen the petition, and that option is also given. Now, to also have a check on the entire mechanism, we have a feedback mechanism, that is the call center which we have. We also use it to collect feedback from the citizens directly. And if the citizen is not happy with the redressal, immediately the petitions are reopened and it is sent back to the officer who has given a responsible reply. We are also tracking the petitions which are submitted from the differently abled people. So by this, we have a track on all the grievances which is filed by them, because our Honorable CM holds this portfolio. So it is personally looked after by his office to see that their grievances are redressed. Now, the outcome of this is that it is not only brings in transparency, because here the disposal is the answers which are given by the officers is being viewed by the public directly, and the public have an option to have an appeal against the reply given. And also we have a monitoring mechanism where senior officers view the answers given by the field officers, and any reply which is not satisfactory is being reopened, and there are disciplinary actions being taken on those officers who have given irresponsible replies. So the petition numbers are being huge. We have received more than 30 lakh petitions in the period of 1 year. Usually CM cell handles around 5 lakh 3 to 5 lakh petitions at the most for a year. But this year we have seen that we have received 35 lakh petitions, and more than 25 lakh petitions have already been redressed positively. Here our whole aim is not just to dispose the number of petitions, not in the numbers, but it is the quality of reply given. So this entire feedback mechanism and ensuring that the higher officers are viewing the replies given by the field officers has helped us to maintain the quality reply with respect to these petitions. So the reopening option has really helped, because the field officers know that there is their answers are being viewed by the officers. So we have seen that over a period of time, the incomplete, irresponsible answers have been totally reduced. On the other hand, we are also calling and taking the feedback of the people. So in that sense, no reply is being given without visiting the field or without talking to the petitioner. So petitions are not dealt on the table, but they're actually being redressed at the field level. The dashboard is the best part of the software, because this gives us various reports can be generated. We have the option to we can know the average time taken by each responsible officer. We see which grievance is being the highest, the top 10 grievances that are being made by public, which region has what kind of grievance. If there are times where we know that one particular district, a certain type of grievance increases suddenly, then we alert the concerned minister's office, concerned officers, principal secretaries, to see that that issues is being settled at the government level. And there are times where larger policy decisions are also being considered based on the reply, based on the type of grievances that we are collecting. So many a times we see that petitions are being guiding us in getting to know the real needs of people. Thank you. Would also like to show the dashboard if time permits, but I think this is I'm done with one of the presentations. Thank you.
Jury members.
is not happy with his answer, he has no way but to go for another petition. So that's how he lands up in the collector's office giving n number of petitions, and he can't track the old ones. The system is such that every petition that is given by the petitioner is recorded. So when an officer opens, any officer for that matter, any higher officer, just clicks on the names of the petitioner, all the petitions that he has given so far, the replies given, everything is there. So
okay, so they are kind of threaded. They are kind of threaded.
They are threaded, and the monitoring officer has a control over the answer. We are not leaving it to the field officers to decide the petition.
Yeah, I think these are three very good points. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this is one of the good or rather more effective way of responding to the or attending to the public grievances in comparing to many other states which are in practice. One thing that comes out clearly that you see public grievance attendance is one of the most difficult challenges, because you have to deal with each and every grievances. Not only that, you attend to it in a judicious manner and see that the person, whoever puts his grievances, is attended to, and his satisfaction is ultimately is what you get as an outcome. And in the process, you have said that you have taken various aspects into including the accountability of the higher officers. And now it's so far so good. Now 30 lakhs grievances coming in a year. It's a huge, numerically very huge number. How big is the department or the office that actually attends to the? Number two is that how much is the average time of a grievance that you ultimately done with. Number three is that you see the responsible officers that you said that their accountability is ensured of. How many officers so far have been, but you have checked with them that they are not attending or they are not attending satisfactory, or the person who puts the grievances is not satisfied? Have you record of those things? And if you have to measure the successful, measure the success of this whole story, how much percentage you will give to yourself? And finally, the outcome that you have mentioned that it depends upon how fast and how effectively and what is the accountability and how much you give the response in time.
Yes.
So the question is, how do you ultimately say that indulging from field level office to the principal secretary, any cases that you can provide us as some of the examples that this is what we have done despite all the odds and events?
Yes. So, how big is my department? I would say that in the entire state, till the last mile responsible officer who works in this is a part of this, because the structure is such that we have the CM cell where the special officer and a set of 50 section officers are there who monitor the happenings in the district. While every district has an officer called a special deputy collector grievances, so he has a team of people who look after who monitors the grievance redressal. While the grievances are being redressed through more than 1,500 responsible officers. So the grievances are mapped in such a way that from the tehsil level, from the block level till the HOD level, district level officers, then the HODs, then the principal secretary. So that is how the grievances are mapped. So we have designed the system in such a way that the grievance which needs to be addressed by the HOD will only go to the HOD. It will not land up in the field officer who will later push it till the higher level. So I would say that the team which is disposing the petition is quite a larger team. The one which is monitoring is the one which I mentioned, the CM cell, which has around 50 people. Because it is technically strengthened, we have a complete hold on what is happening at the field level, and that gives that is how the team is able to handle this 35 lakh petition qualitatively. And the other one is what is the average time taken? The average time we have suggested, the Citizen Charter says 30 days is the maximum limit, but we have gone to have a kind of levels in which we can handle, because there are certain petitions which can be done within 15 days. We have set time for those which require more than 30 days. And there are things which are like regularization of land issues and things which are there which would require larger period of time. We have given time up to 45 days. So the average time taken by and large by the state average is around 30 to 40 days. But we see that mostly it is those employees' grievances, issues like their pensions are withheld, or a case where they are on suspension and they want it to be revoked. And these kind of petitions which would require a departmental inquiry, those are taking time. But we do not want to give an interim answer and close the reply. So we hold it, we keep it pending so that it is constantly being reminded to the HODs. Now, other way is... How do we successfully see that from the secretary level things are being controlled is by mapping the grievances at the right stage and not giving them flimsy reasons to dispose the petition, saying that this does not belong to me, or this is not in my jurisdiction. So we have this concept of redirecting it to the right person, so none of the petitions get disposed on flimsy grounds. So we see that it is being disposed at the proper level, and this is where the CM cell comes into play, because the section officer are assigned with districts. So each officer has a district to monitor. So he has two ways. One is every reply, that is because the dashboard is very simple. So we just have every petitioner's name. You click on the name, you will know what reply is given by the officer. So that is being viewed here at the CM cell. So one is by assigning districts, so they know what is the reply. Second one is the feedback collected through the call center. That is being that is the feed which it goes to the district level and to the CM cell. So here that is taken up, the feedback, and that is put to review, because every Monday we have something called grievance redressal days, which are observed by the district collectors, and the collectors sit in the meeting with the set of officers, and people come to give grievances petitions. Now in that meeting, when that is being reviewed, it is not just the numbers that are being reviewed as to how many petitions are disposed today. It is on these lines, that is the wrong replies given by the officers, feedback collected by the public. When we say feedback, sir, we always see that we collect it on two categories. That is, accepted petitions are collected separately, rejected are collected separately. Rejected also we want satisfaction rate to be high, because that is when we know have they actually reached out to the petitioner, explained to them why it cannot be given or why it is rejected, and then told. So in that sense, the overall percentage of satisfaction lies between 50 to 55%. So the rest of the percentage, that is around 40% of the people, are not happy with the reply given, although it is legally right, saying that you are not eligible for so and so reason, and people still don't accept it. So that kind of a dissatisfaction is there, for which nothing can be done much. But at places where they say, I was not approached by the officer, people didn't speak to me, they have just decided by themselves, these kind of petitions are those which are reopened, and we follow them on separately.
Thank
yes.
you. Okay.
Thank you. Was a particular scheme. This was a particular project that was taken up last year. I would like to explain to you on this. This is Ungal Togudiyil Mudalamacher. This means the Chief Minister at your constituency. Now, it so happened that during the election, it was one of the election manifesto was that Honorable Chief Minister, who during his campaign had collected grievance petitions during his campaign, and he had assured them that the first thing he would do is, once he is sworn in, he would actually form a department which will take care of the grievances collected by the people. So not just the numbers, it was to ensure the quality of the grievances also had to be addressed. So once this was a huge task, because during the election campaign, more than 4.5 or more than 5.5 lakh petitions was actually collected, and they were in small postcards, and they were in the way of letters and postcards that were dropped in the boxes, and these boxes were given to us immediately the day Honorable CM assumed his office. He created a department called Ungal Togodil Mudalamacharan Ture, that is department CM in your constituency. So I was appointed as the nodal, as the special officer to this the department. Now, of course, the staff was limited, which was me and another officer who were put in, and we were given these boxes. So the boxes contained around 5 lakh petitions. So they were in just a piece of paper. They were in those postcards that were issued. So they had grievances put up in these boxes. So the process in which we did was that the petitions were first segregated. That was during COVID, so we couldn't gather much of officers into one place. So with taking due precautions, we first got the petitions segregated, and they were made into district level petitions, and then district level we again segregated them into grievances. That is the based on the nature of grievances, the petitions were segregated, and after that we used the software which was then developed, that is the integrated portal that I just mentioned in my previous presentation. That portal we used, and these 4.5 lakh, because around 1 lakh petitions were totally invalid, that is they were plain cards without mentioning the grievance or without mentioning the addresses and all that. However, whatever grievance, whatever petitions were there which had some kind of an address or phone number, we entered them on the portal. So around 4.5 lakh petitions were actually entered on the portal, and that was dispatched to the responsible officers. So as and when the petitions were being entered here in Chennai, the responsible officers started disposing them. So from the very 10th day of starting this work, we saw that the petitions were starting to be redressed. And Honorable CM started giving away the benefits, and the requests which were made by people were being addressed after the 10th day. The larger challenge here was that it was not collected in a very systematic way. Petitions were collected randomly, or it was collected in those campaigns. So it was not in a very orderly fashion. The address was not complete. The phone numbers were not there. The name and addresses did not match. The grievances were not clear. However, we made it a point that no petition will be rejected on the grounds that it is incomplete. So the field officers did a tremendously great job. Every petition which was scanned and put up in our petition processing portal, that was taken by the responsible officer. They went door to door to see, to confirm the address, to confirm the request, to confirm the details of the petitioners. And it was seen that they were all completely redressed. Now here, the challenge was more than 75,000 petitions were those asking for jobs. And as we know, they mainly ask for government jobs. So we cannot give government jobs without following due process. So what we did, and we did not just close the petitions as such. So what we did was we enrolled every petitioner who had asked for a job by the district employment officer. Now they were categorized into people who are wanting government jobs, people who are wanting private jobs, or who wanted to start jobs by themselves, or those entrepreneurs who wanted to start a work. Now those who wanted government jobs, there were this free coaching classes for the civil service examinations that are conducted. So those classes were started, and they were enrolled in those classes, and they started preparing for the government jobs. And those who wanted private jobs, several job melas were held, and people were given jobs who wanted private jobs, and those who wanted to start something on their own. So the district industrial center took the lead, and these people were given loans and training to start their own businesses. So in this way, every petitioner who came to us in this particular project seeking for job was being attended to, and they have a master database of these people, and every time there are classes happening, there are job melas happening, they are invited, and they have found fruitful employment here. And most of the petitions were the regular ones that are generally received, the revenue-related ones who ask for social security pensions, who ask for a free land scheme. That is here in the Tamil Nadu, there is a scheme to regularize the house sites. If they have been occupying unobjectionable government land, they are allowed to live in that place, and they are also given provision where you can build the houses through Awas Yojanas. So that was given, and each department came together. It was a very close coordination. Say a person asks for a house and he does not even have a land, then even though the petition was marked to rural development, here the revenue will come into play. They will first give them a piece of land, assuring them ownership over the land, and then once the land is given, that file would move on to the rural development. There the houses were sanctioned, and not just sanctioning houses, the district administration came to the help of people to start, because the amount may not be sufficient to build a house. So they were supported by several other schemes, and see that the houses were constructed. So there was a wholesome approach in dealing with every petition that was received during this time. So the quality check is here again was very important. We had 100% check of every petition that was received. So it was, and the whole thing, I should mention here that we took 100 days to complete the process. So with a matter of 3 months. So in fact, the 95th day we were done with all the petitions. So it was a matter of 3 months that we disposed 4.5 lakh petitions very positively. The feedback collected showed around 75% satisfaction rate, which is very unique and which generally doesn't happen. And because it was COVID time, and it was extra effort on part of the field officers to reach out to people and see that their grievances were addressed. It was a kind of coordination where not just departments came together, but even the political representatives came together and saw that the grievances were redressed. And there was one thing that we maintained: there were certain petitions which could not be done at once. For example, people asked for bridges to be constructed, roads to be laid, or something, or they wanted some waivers in their particular loans and all that. Now, these things which could not be done at once were kept in the waiting list. Generally, we don't keep waiting list. We either dispose it saying yes or no. But for this purpose, we had kept a waiting list. We ensured that those which could not be dealt at the district level for want of funds were sent to the government, and government did address them by allocating resources and see that those grievances were redressed in course of time. So within 100 days, whatever could be completed at the district level was done, and those who required extra funds and support from the government was also ensured. So call centers, which we have here, there is a call center, as I mentioned, which not only receives the petitions, but also we use it to collect feedback. And this kind of centers were set up in the districts. The collectors have a replica of these call centers there. So they help in several purposes. One is people can reach out to know the status of their petitions. We reach out, that is from the district administration, they reach out to the public to know about the feedback of the people, and also to communicate some schemes and procedures that are to be followed in some implementation of the schemes. So in that way, these call centers were useful. So as I've already mentioned in my previous presentation, so the quality of petitions were of great importance. Provision of appeal has been provided, and the dashboard shows us the real-time status of the grievances. So, here I would mention that for an office which used to handle 3 to 4 lakh petitions per year, the same office handled 4.5 lakh petitions within 100 days. So this actually motivated not just the CM cell, but the entire official structure in the state. Now this boosted their thing, saying that it is not the numbers. If the entire state comes together and works at the field level, 4.5 lakh is not a big number. It was not just disposing numbers, it was to give a very qualitative reply to the people. In fact, I must have started with this presentation and then gone to IIP GMS, because it was the successful completion of this project which made this department receive 35 lakh petitions in a course of 1 year. year, in fact, because of the very responsive nature of this work and the way in which the whole project is being monitored, in the way the qualitative replies are given. This has installed confidence in the minds of people, and this is the reason why today we have 35 lakh petition. We did not let go the momentum that was started by this project. Although we started only for this 100 days, the department was renamed as Mudalvarin Mugavari. That is, after this 100 days completion, Ungal Tavudil Mudalaimachar was renamed as Mudalvarin Mugavari. That means the CM's office was renamed, and we continue to work with the same zeal and the same motivation to deal with the petitions. And that's how we are now landed with 35 lakh petition. We are still counting, and we still continue to approach petitions in a similar way. And that's how grievance redressal has been given the top priority in the state. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you have done a
That's
commendable
very
job.
good that you have done. Hello. Hello. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, I mean, two things you have admitted. That you see, this is not about the quantity but the quality of the response. So, the quality response is a difficult way of establishing as to how satisfy a person and how you establish that what is quality. You may give an example of that, how a quality is established. Number two, you see, when you collect all the grievances in a box, and there is a possibility because of not having a proper system, as you admitted, the missing of some of the papers are missing something which is vital and something which is not could be registered. So number two, how do you manage that? Number three is that you see, these two schemes that you have presented, conceptually and objectively remains the same. All right. Now, why these two schemes are made separate? I mean, they could have go with a in a better approach, could have converse, so you can reduce the duplication of efforts. And as you mentioned, the overwhelming grievances come in the form of people seeking jobs. All right. And other one is that people who are the next numbers would be either the people who are seeking under social security system like land or any other thing covered under social system. So only two aspects, the job seekers and social systems, are taken in account. But in a way, in your earlier presentation, we know that most of the grievances in a pan-Indian situation, they come from land litigations and also some other disputes that they prevail. So how people can register such grievances in this while there are other departments who directly handle it?
Yes, sir. I will start with this concept. When the petitions were collected, how did we see that the petitions which came in the postcards and those who were put in the boxes, we did have the challenge of tracing the right petitioner. So as I said, around 5.5 lakh was the actual number. Almost 1 lakh petitions we could not trace because there was no address in them and nothing. It would just say one line on something they want without name and address and anything. So those petitions we could not do anything, which we did not take up. It was those which had something. Even if, for example, if the petition had only the name and the area from which they come, and they would ask saying that common grievances were asked, saying that the road is not proper, the drainage is not proper. We had instructed that don't reject a petition when there is a common grievance asked. Don't reject it based on the fact that there is no phone number, there is no address, because it has nothing to do with the number of the name of the person. It is to address the grievance. So we said, go to that area, see whether the drainage is right or not, and go repair the drainage system. And you don't have to bother who the petitioner is. So this happens to the common grievances. The problem was only when there was an individual grievance asked. When the person asked for a pension or a social security and we don't have the address, villages, it was still okay because they could trace with the name of the petitioner, they could actually trace who actually applied for individual grievances. Urban area, it was a challenge, and that is where where some petitions were rejected saying that individual request, insufficient data, we could not trace them in urban areas. Yes, we have rejected the petition. But common grievances, none of them were rejected on this ground. Common grievances were redressed based on the grievance, not based on the contact details of the petitioner. This was one thing, sir. And about the quality, as I said, when the numbers are there, it is not quality. When we say, it means has the petition been redressed based on the existing norms after meeting the petitioner, actually conducting a field visit and giving a due speaking order to the petitioner as to why it cannot be done. So if it is accepted, obviously our satisfaction rate and the quality will be high. The quality is questioned only when a particular petition is rejected. So when it is rejected, if it is done after field inquiry, after giving him due notice and telling him the reason and also sending him an order as to why it cannot be done, so then we call it as a qualitative redressal, sir, because quality does not mean acceptance alone. Quality is responding to the public and telling them why it cannot be done as well. So this is what we ask. And convergence, sir, yes, it is now converged. As I said, Ungal Togudir Mudalamichar was only there for the first 3 months last year. That is between March, April, May 7th, the department was formed. And by September, the work was completed. So in October, the department was renamed. And in fact, we have one department dealing with grievances right now. So the convergence has happened. And with respect to jobs, sir, jobs continue to be there. So there is no special preference given to these petitioners in terms of government jobs. It's not that we give them any kind of a special preference, but in all the districts, there are intensive coaching classes that are held. Those who are aspiring for government jobs have been attending these classes, and we have seen that now, that is last 2 to 3 months, lot of that is Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission has called for jobs, and we are now tracking as to how many of our students who prepared for those exams have appeared for exams, and we are hoping that they all get into. So we are tracking them in that way. We are not tweaking the norms. We are only supporting them in getting into jobs. And there were more than each district, after the COVID pandemic was under control, there were job melas held in every district, and more than 25,000 people in our database of petitioners who asked for jobs have found jobs in private jobs. So we have already, and they've also been taken up for loans and entrepreneurial training programs. That is there, sir. And land litigations, as you said,
the question is different. See, the question is that when there is an overwhelming demand for job opportunities and other incumbent opportunities, that in any case is taken up various departments. All right, and they can approach there. But here you have a very specific purpose to reach the unreached, right?
Yes.
Those who are not able to reach those departments will come to you as put their grievances, seeking whatever they want to. So how do balance out various kind of differences? Would it be mentioning in the very outset that we entertain these areas of grievances, not job, not dole, not beneficiary program? So would you made it clear constitutionally at the beginning when you were seeking grievances?
No, sir. We haven't restricted on the nature of petitions received. So even if it is jobs or whatever, we do not discourage people from giving jobs. However, we would support them in whatever they are asking for. So that is, as we said, CM cell as such cannot do anything with unless we have the support of all the departments. So we are here only to get the grievance redress through all the departments only, sir. So there is no kind of restrictions, or we haven't fixed any of these things in the onset to say that these things cannot be done. We have not taken it, sir. So that is all taken. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's a wonderful implementation, but I will go one step further with what Mr. Panda asked in his third question, that the first presentation and this is the outcome of the first presentation, because all the actions are there. So why don't you, what is the reason for having them split into 2 projects rather than 1? Because if you make it as a single project, it carries more value, because it tells you the process, it tells you the action, and it also tells you the outcome. So this is just an observation. I have got nothing more to ask.
Yes, we thought so, ma'am. In fact, we should have started with UTM and then told you about the software. But this we wanted to highlight Ungal Thodil Mudalamicha because it seems to be one of the kind in the country. Although every elections we see manifestos, I mean promises being made, but this was one such scenario where the promise was kept, and people do have acknowledged the working of this particular department. So we wanted to highlight the work of UTM as such. That is Ungal Thodil.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. See you. Thank you.
Administrative Department. Administrative Department. Jan Kalyan portal is designed to fulfill the vision of Honorable Chief Minister Rajasthan about good governance, that is, sensitive decisions, accountability, and transparency. Jan Kalyan portal is one-stop source for all the government information, re-engineering of government processes for monitoring. It ensures compliances of important government decisions, directions, and announcements availability in public domain. With one-time input, information is displayed on multiple platforms. This is not only one single portal, but this is a tool for generation of websites, and that too on runtime. In Jan Kalyan, data is entered once for each transaction, and data is displayed on multiple portals generated like Jan Kalyan portal, district portal, department websites, sectoral portals, and mobile apps. Single input can be from CMIS, press release, and awareness material, web application data through web services, department data, and districts data. As far as outputs are concerned, there are 39 portals which are live from Jan Kalyan as of now. 32 portals are scheduled to be launched on 19 and 20th August 2022 in the DigiFest IT event of Rajasthan. All the 900 developed departmental websites are under configuration stage and data updation stage. There are few projects on the pipeline and development phase that include news portal, projects portal, social media portal, and Rajasthan state portal. Now we will go into more details of the output generated from Jan Kalyan integrated system. It is one-stop source for information for the citizens. First output generated is Jan Kalyan portal itself and the mobile application of Jan Kalyan. There are features which are available on the front end like About Chief Minister Rajasthan, Achievements, Media Gallery, Government Documents, Schemes and Services, Projects and Works, Press Releases. Citizen can apply online, citizen can use feedback, and contact directory. Second output are the departmental website. There are three components involved in website generation: data entry part, configuration of the website, and the output to be displayed on the website. Content management system includes single entry with HTML editor, and there are 742 categories, multiple entries with HTML editor with 566 categories, and multiple entries without HTML editor with 1,841 categories. In the configuration of the menus, we have website configuration, website menu, submenu class configuration, page types, and sections mapping. And the features which are displayed on the website, departmental website, are good governance, government documents, media gallery, employee corner, about department, contact us, and citizen corner. Third type of outputs are the sectoral portals. Sector is basically the bigger umbrella of department. One sector can include number of departments. There are 33 sectoral portals generated from the Jan Kalyan portal. If I talk about agriculture sector, there are 13 departments covered under this sector. So all the 20 categories data is displayed in one place for the ease of the citizen, whether it is scheme, flagship scheme, services, projects, government documents, achievements, new initiative, press release, latest updates, Jan Ghoshna Patra, honorable CM announcements, cabinet decision, budget announcement, departmental sections, tenders, departmental application data, dashboard for sector, relative links, and any other information which is required by the departments. Now we will talk about how the re-engineering of government process is done in Jan Kalyan. So for the good governance, government takes lots of decisions and various directions are issued. These are covered under the Chief Minister's Information System, budget announcement, CM directions, CM announcements, cabinet decisions, Jan Ghoshna Patra, recruitment module, and project monitoring module. These are registered into the Jan Kalyan portal and number of expected entries are marked in the system. The departments under the compliances according to the expected number of entries. The decisions is not considered as complete till expected number of entries and number of compliances entered in the system are same. Workflow based system is there and user cannot escape compliances which are to be required for the effective monitoring by the government. Now good governance through Jan Kalyan. So we have lots of modules in Jan Kalyan system, video conference management system, KPI, scheme monitoring system, web services from departmental website like this. All these systems are workflow-based application systems. First is video conference management system captures all the state level, district level video conferences of Honorable CM, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, Honorable State Ministers, and senior officers. Text messages are sent to the participant from the system and attendance of the participants are also entered in the system. Ranking of the districts and departments through key performance indicators is also a major system in this. KPI category, KPI parameters, whether physical parameter or financial parameters with their units are defined in the system. Web services based input can also be there in the system. Weighted percentage is given to all the parameters, and while defining the parameter, we specify whether the parameter is target based parameter or not. All this input is displayed as an e-booklet for the citizens. Next is scheme management system is for monitoring of all the public welfare schemes. We can define the schemes with all the attributes, defining the monitoring parameters of these schemes, and departments can update the monthly progress in the system. Web services from other application is also major component of the system. In the website generated from Jan Kalyan, data can be displayed from other web applications. We have defined 6 types of configurable web services, which can, if the input is numeric data return, list page, list with search pages, views, GIS data, iframe, all these type of data can be displayed from other applications into the Jan Kalyan portal or the departmental portal or the sectoral portal. For the compilation of the documents and multimedia files, asset master is there. Classification of the file is done on the basis of category. We can store MP3, MP4 images, Word and PDF files. All these files can be used in the portal, departmental portal, and all other portals which are generated from Jan Kalyan. Government document generation is very important module of the system. We can generate government documents like orders, circulars from the system. System is based on the standard template finalized by the government. It automatically displayed on the website and emailed to all the concerned officers once it is digitally signed. The basic information, subject reference, content, correspondence copy, remarks, attachment, address to all is marked in the system. Then we have dynamic forms to gather informations. Department can create various transactions with various dynamic fields. The fields can be text, numeric, data, text editor, images with validations, and drop downs. And there are options of marking the field as mandatory and non-mandatory. These forms are available for citizens' data entry. Citizens can enter the data through the departmental website in these forms. Advertisement management system are for publishing the government achievements on all the Rajasthan government websites as a pop-up. The pop-up can display images and text, images and social media contents of Honorable CM Sir social media. State and district department level press releases are also captured in the system with multiple categories, multiple subcategories, multiple departments, multiple districts, and multiple VIP persons. On the basis of these data entered in the press release, these press releases are displayed on multiple department, district, and sectoral web portals. The entire project management system can be managed through Jan Kalyan. Here we can define the projects, can define milestones for the projects, and progress entry can be made for these milestones in the system. Then we have MOU monitoring system. Departments can define their MOUs, enter the category of the MOUs. Corresponding to that MOU, milestones can be defined in the system, and further their progress can be entered in the system. This ensures the entire monitoring of the MOU. Then another good feature is suggestion and feedback system. This system is for our own departmental users. They can share their feedback to the system administration regarding their suggestions for the improvement of the system. And if there is any new requirement from the department, they can also share using this system suggestion and feedback option. Then we have video management system for Honorable Chief Minister events, Honorable CM speeches, program videos, promotional videos, awareness media videos. All these videos are uploaded on Rajasthan Bioscope, a state application for videos, and YouTube channels. From this, the videos are displayed on the websites generated from Jan Kalyan. So Jan Kalyan is not only a static system, but also an interactive system. We can have online competition, quizzes, slogans, online polls, dynamic forms, newsletter, and user citizen feedback. The mobile app and the YouTube channel are also mentioned on the screen. We have our own mobile app and on iOS and Android platform. This is the technology for development of the Jan Kalyan portal. The technology for Jan Kalyan portal is Angular 11. There are 29 application servers and web servers on which the application is hosted. There are 5 databases. 1 is primary database and 4 secondary replica of the databases. There are 4 load balancer servers. All these servers are in State Data Center of Rajasthan government. The statistics, if we talk about the statistics, then there are 44,470 press releases entered in the system. All these press releases are for 910 departments. There are 2,015 offices and 1568 users. Then as on date, more than 15 lakh users have already viewed this application. The total number of entries in this system is 55,700. Now we will quickly have a look on the live portals generated from Jan Kalyan integrated system. This is the screen of Jan Kalyan main website. This is the first homepage screen. Below that, we have schemes and latest updates, flagship schemes, then projects and good governance section, in which we have Jan Ghoshna Patra, Honorable CM announcement, cabinet decisions, budget announcements, then awards and achievements received by Rajasthan government. And government documents include acts and rules, annual progress report, circular, citizen charter, COVID-19 orders, guideline, notification, orders, policies, etc. Then we have e-connection section, in which all the websites of Rajasthan government are displayed at one place. All the mobile apps are also there in this portal. In program videos, addresses by Honorable CM, all the advertisement published so far in the newspaper, electronic media or print media, media coverages, and awareness material in the form of audio jingles, video messages, and posters. This is the main Jan Kalyan portal. Now, one sectoral portal. This is a sectoral portal for medical and health department, which is generated from Jan Kalyan portal. In this, there are 22 schemes, because these 22 schemes are of all the departments, all the child department, which are covered under the medical and health sector. There are 74 services, 435 projects, and 411 government documents. All these are for all the compilation of all the departments which are in this sector. This is the data displayed for the web services of Mukhyamantri Chiranjeevi scheme. This is the data is entered in another application which is displayed on home page of the departmental sectoral portal using web services. Are the modules, various modules of CMIS, Jan Ghoshna Patra, Honorable CM announcement, budget announcement. All this information is available for the citizens in public domain. Government achievements, government new initiatives, all the press releases, latest updates and tenders, and then various departments included in this sectoral portal. These are the departments which are included in the sectoral portal. If we click on any of the department, the website of the concerned department will be opened. Next is one departmental portal. In this departmental portal, there is an option.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. I request you to please conclude in another 1 minute.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. This is the departmental website. This is the departmental website, and all these features which I have shown earlier are the part of the system. This is the departmental website. We have all the features in this budget announcement, and their compliances also are available for the citizens. Now, these are the backend screen. Add web services. Web services we have. We have the screen of parameters, and thank you.
Jury members.
Ma'am, you will ask first. Madam, you will prefer to ask first?
No. We follow the principle. You ask first, I'll ask second.
No, we should make it alternate. No. This is more or less your domain than mine. So anyway, since you give any kind of the opportunity. See, the technical job that you are doing is, and the subject matter of the scheme is by and large falls on the public relations and information department. All right. I mean, you have a separate scheme for this project, is all right. But shouldn't we consider that the public relations and information department could be equipped with the same technology? They have a wide range of reach. So I feel that we should transfer. Number two, see, it is such a huge, subject. And again, the minister's office handling this will be very complicated. So why shouldn't we give it to public relations and information, which is intended to handle such subject? This is a limited question I have. And thing is that, you see, what is the outcome of this thing? All these efforts we make, what have been achieved? So that is what to say. Two things.
So this is an integrated portal for all the departments and all the districts of Rajasthan we have developed, because previously all the department and district have their own website. All the websites are developed in different technologies, and so we have designed one common interface. So all the department will enter data in one single portal, and that data is displayed on multiple portals. For example, when you are saying about the public relationship department, DIPR. So DIPR is the Department of Information and Public Relations, is entering all the data in this, all the press releases in this portal only. And we have generated is software through which DIPR portal is a separate portal, but the data of that portal is displayed from the Jan Kalyan portal itself. The advantage of this is, if DIPR enter one press release of Honorable CM event, in that event 4 departments are related for that event, and that event is related to 3 to 4 districts, then all the websites generated from this portal, all the 4 departmental websites will automatically be updated, and all the districts website will automatically be updated. So by doing a single entry, all the different websites will be automatically updated, and citizen will have a consistent data if we visit any of the website. And the outcome of this is, we have launched 39 portals which are generated from this. We have developed an integrated backend system. So we have launched 33 districts website from this portal only. Now there is no backend system or front-end system for any of the districts. They are entering their data in this common portal. And if we go to any of the district website like jaipur.rajasthan.gov.in, the website is automatically displayed. Because Jan Kalyan is a tool. You name the DNS, you do the DNS entry, then that DNS entry, the data of that department will be displayed in the form of a website. So 39 district portal is generating from this. DIPR portal itself is generating from Jan Kalyan portal. So there is no need to make a separate website for this. we have designed multiple templates. We have designed various templates. If a user department wants this, our website should look like this, then they can select the template and their website will be displayed on that template only. By doing this, we have reduced cost because this is a maintenance free system. And we have developed mobile application also, which is taking the data from the same portal. We are in process of developing news portals, and 30 sectoral portals we have already developed, which we will launch in 19th and 20th August. So,
in the rational terms, if one has to rationalize the scheme,
yes,
then one would prefer that the edge, the technology and the digitalization that you put in place across the various 36 odd modules, that could be placed under the information and public relations option, which could have enriched itself in the long run as a mandated department. Number two is that placing a kind of a new technology is not the objective or outcome of the scheme. It is the means to end. What is that you want to achieve through this?
So prior to this system, suppose if a citizen is a if a farmer wants to check what all schemes are there for his use, so he has to go to horticulture department website. He has to go to agriculture department website. He has to visit multiple websites for getting that information. Now, all the departments.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
You said that one input and multiple outputs.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So does it mean that the 900 website you have talked about,
yes,
you have included taken the data from them and generated the 30 sectoral portals, or the 30 sectoral portals were done separately?
Ma'am, we have created all the departments. We have registered all the departments and all the users of that department. We have mapped all the users. They are entering their data in this our centralized system, and then their website is automatically generating from the system, because we have developed a tool. We have developed this software. By if we enter any data in that system, then departmental website will be auto generated. For example, if agriculture
okay, I get it. Now the next question is, you also talked about re-engineering of government processes. So yes, can you tell us one or two very important re-engineering which you have done led to a betterment of service delivery?
Well, re-engineering of process we have done in the government process only. For example, we have done government document generation system. If the government documents like orders, all the departments are generating orders and circulars. They are generating the orders and circulars in Word format. Using the MS Office software, they are generating these letters. Now, by using this system, they will enter all these data in separate fields. Then by using the digital signature e-sign, the order will be generated by the software. When we generate the order by the software, it is automatically emailed to all the concerned officers who are marked in that. And if the officers are marked in the CC, the letter is already or directly sent to those officers also. And it is published on the website also. So by doing just single entry in the system, it is doing all the things.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
government of India under the ease of doing business. So it's actually the government of India started this ease of doing business, that business reform action plan in the year 2015. But in spite of it being started in 2015, means our state could not develop much in this. Actually, till the last time the reform, this implementation percentage, we were very low in comparison to all the other states. Basically the mainland states. But in the Northeast, we were first or second within that period. But in 2019, we took the step of developing the single window portal, which already most of the states has already developed. So let us start with the presentation. So for this ease of doing business, what major initiatives we have taken? So first of all, for any system to come up, there has to be an act. Actually, if we consolidate all these acts, these applications and all of all these departments, now this no such act was there which could provide legal backing. So for this, we enacted an act, Tripura Industries Facilitation Act, wherein all these were mentioned. Now then the single window portal, after that the single window portal was developed and launched. Under the single window portal, the timelines for delivery of service is already mandated through the Public Service Delivery Guarantee Act. The maximum time for approvals, registrations, licenses is 30 days. Maximum, it ranges from 7 days. For some services it is 7-15. Maximum it is 30 days. And even there is a provision for penalty of the officers if there is a willful delay. So as I told earlier, this as per this last reform assessment report, which was declared very recently on 30th June, the state has been categorized under the emerging business ecosystems category. So from we were earlier with 22% reform compliance. From there we jumped to at 78% by developing this single window. Now, what we did actually under this, what were our objectives? We were to have a central portal facilitating industries to avail the clearances license required to set up and run their business. Now, what we did is, we first of all, as per the mandate of Government of India, we did this, developed an online wizard facilitating investors, industries to know the required approvals for setting up of new business in the state. Now, what the outcome was, the investors were able to apply for the approvals with some few project specific questions. Means they earlier the investor did not know, or the applicant did not know what to apply for if he wants to start an industry. If he doesn't know what type of approvals are there. Just in the wizard, if he gives all this information, what he has, what he wants to do, automatically the approval list is generated. So what happened is 60% time reduction in inquiries handled approximately, because every time the person used to come and ask, what should I apply for this, what is it required for me, that question stopped, because everything was available in the portal. Now the next step was the integrated common application form. Earlier each of the department had his own application form. So in an individual, if he has to apply on the portal or manual process, he has to go through these individual application forms. Now what we did is, we combined all this application form into a single application form, so that it did not get duplicated. So what happened is, they did not have to visit multiple portals for availing the services. There was no physical touch point, and there is a unified payment gateway through which they can pay for whatever service they are applying. And there is a status monitoring system also to see the availed services. Now, now there is also a developed centralized online single window issuing approval for new expansion projects. So again, the time-bound approval from all this approval from all the concerned departments within timelines was being ensured, and investors could avail the establishment and operational as well as renewal approval at a single point. because industries have to come for different approvals during the establishment, operation, as well as renewal. So all this was combined in this single window portal. Next is, earlier, whenever a investor wants to set up an industry in the state, though they used to have to, they have to visit the state, they have to ask where is the land available, whether the land is free. So under this single window portal, there is already there is a link to a GIS system. So where applicant can apply for land share, just viewing the wherever it is feasible for him, where it is vacant, he can just apply through this portal, and he can see where the floor shares are available, as well as the fee structure for what he will be paying. And in the single window portal, there was a provision of smart alerts, notifications in each of the steps. Wherever there is a jump from one state to another, every time a SMS email is being sent to the applicant, even the officials also. Dashboard, MIS reports, which the higher management can see, and other stakeholders also. So what happened is, obviously there is an improvement in time-bound delivery services, and even the higher officials can intervene when there is a delay. And there are system-generated reports for the decision support system also. Now, under this project, we also developed auto-renewal mechanism under 6 steps. So what happened is, earlier for this renewal also, the applicant has to come and apply for the services. Now, but there was a delay. They did not know when this application will be renewed. So we did this auto renewal system also, and it was totally, there was no manual intervention in this. So, and in the certificates, they could download the certificate instantly. Now there is also the central inspection framework, where right now means the portal has been developed in such a way that many a number of departments can be onboarded, but right now only 4 departments are onboarded with their 12 acts under the CIS. So what happened is, there is a transparency of the inspection process, as well as there is a time frame with where the inspection report will be uploaded, whether inspection, whatever has happened will be reflected within this inspection report, and it will be available within 48 hours. Now, what are the departments that have been integrated? Already it is listed. Most of the departments, majority of the departments which are involved in giving this NOCs, license, etc., for establishing a business, all these departments are onboarded in this single window portal. As we can see, already we have around 5,000 plus investors registered, and 6,400 plus applications already submitted, and 5,600 plus applications approved, and 16 departments already integrated, 60 plus services integrated. There has been a 500 plus investors query, which earlier used to come manually. This has started coming through this system, and which were being attended also through this system. Now, there was investors' grievances also regarding their service delivery and this method. So these were also resolved through this portal itself without any physical touch point. Now, under this auto renewal, what I already said, there is a non-discretionary deemed renewal done in a transparent online mode. No physical intervention, only when the applicant applies instantly after paying the fees. If everything is okay, the system itself judges whether everything is correct or not, means from their previous whatever data he has put, then it is already generated. What happened is, the certificates are renewed instantly, 100% time reduction, there is workload reduction in the departments. And under this, actually there was a mandate from Government of India also, so that means duplicacy of these certificates could be eliminated. So under this, we eliminated one shops and establishment renewal under this, Shops and Establishment Act. Once this is given, you don't have to renew. It is a perpetual lifetime certificate. And under this central inspection system, we developed inspection under 12 acts of 4 departments. Under this system, the inspectors are done centrally, ensuring full transparency. Same inspector is not assigned to the same unit consecutively. Prior inspection notice is provided to the business owner online. Means he will get notification through SMS as well as email that your premises will be inspected on this date. Inspection report is uploaded within 48 hours. There is time reduction, 60% time reduction and 80% reduction in workload as the paperwork by the department has been eliminated. Now, what are the major features? The industrialist or the applicant will have a comprehensive list of licenses, registrations, NOC required for undertaking the specific business. No requirement of applicant to visit to any government office. All payment in concert with licenses or NOC to be paid at one place via online. Now, the one thing what we did under this payment system is we integrated our system with the NIC, means the finance treasury system. So all the government fees which were earlier deposited into the treasury in the manual process, our is a totally paperless system, means integrated system where when the applicant gives the fees, it is automatically transferred to the e-grass system of the treasury and it is consolidated. Suppose an applicant wants to apply for 10 services altogether, he doesn't have to pay 10 times. This payment is consolidated and at a go it is given. For the applicant, he is paying online, but it will be segregated at the back end and will be going to the treasury headwise.
So sorry to interrupt you. I request you to please conclude in another 2 minutes.
One more slide, please. And there is a reminder for renewal also. Then all the documents are available for the departments to view whatever applicants has uploaded, because if one department, pollution department, suppose gives an NOC, this can be viewed by all the other departments also. So SMS email gateway is already integrated and timeline is already integrated in the single window system where alerts are generated. Now, what are the key innovative features are? There is a common application form, reducing the duplication of application form. There is a unique identification number, centralized inspection system, incentives management, that is also integrated in our single window portal. Certificate generation is there, two-way grievance mechanism and a centralized payment gateway integrated. And here for the NOCs, what is the benefits? The auto calculation of NOC delivery dates is done in the system based on the timelines. Actually there was a last year there was a reform criteria from Government of India, from Ministry of Expenditure, that for the states they can avail 0.25% of the GSDP at additional borrowing. So for implementation of this system, we were allowed to borrow this amount. And what I told earlier, that our reform implementation has increased from 22 to 78%. This is a completely digitized solution. Auditing requirements of fees deposited minimized, because all are being directly referred to the treasury, and there is a backend MIS system also from where all these fees deposited receipts can be had. Now, this office files movement reduced, real-time MIS reports are generated. Now, what is our next step? The state, we are on the verge of the state integrating the state single window system with the national single window system, and more on services are being onboarded. DigiLocker, we are in the process of integrating into a single window system, and also mobile application and that basic system, because this is a very huge system to be taken up in a single mobile app. So only the basic alerts and all that are being incorporated in the mobile application. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Jury members. Panda sir.
Yeah. it's a, I think it's one of the very well presented project, as much the content of the project is that much good. It is a very well conceived, comprehensive, scheme, which not only eases out the departments in terms of avoiding duplication, but also focuses an applicant or a person to get all in one. So this is an excellent thing that you have done. And more importantly, you have taken 16 departments with their mandated activities and 12 of the acts integrated into it. So it is a great, in a way, it is a well articulated, well implemented, well coordinated effort of the state government in putting in one integral portal. So I have nothing much to say, but I would like to know since when it is started and how much the difference and improvement that the state government and the people have, accomplished or felt. That's all.
Thank you, sir, for your compliment. Sir, actually, it was inaugurated in the year 2020, August. But by then, that the COVID times were there. So the application, what we got, actually benefits of the application, we could not have much at that time. But in the last 1 year, we could find benefit of the system because the users are also, we are taking feedback from the users also. They are also telling that it is a totally paperless. Earlier, they used to roam in the departments, through the departments, what to do. Now they don't have to do means sitting at home only, he can or she can apply for the services. So there, and departments are also actually during the initial times, departments were also unwilling to come on board because see, from transition from a manual to this online system, and also with the unavailability of this manpower to handle this system. So they were initially unwilling, but later on, after they came on, they onboarded, this went smoothly.
Thank you. An excellent effort.
Well, actually, is very important. So you are doing quite well. I just want to know how long it takes for a business or an entrepreneur to apply for registration, and actually you're giving the registering him for mismatch on the slide. Was I quite a bit of number mismatch?
Sorry, madam, I could not hear you. Your voice was breaking actually.
Okay, so my question is very simple. Am I audible?
Yes, madam.
See, actually, my question was, just a minute, I'm having some problem with my speaker. Let me leave here. Yeah, actually, I'm having some problem with my speaker. So, well, what I wanted to ask is, ease of doing business is very important in a governance process. So your application is very important. That's true. Yes. But how long it takes for an applicant, that is an entrepreneur or a business, to apply for registration and you actually registering him? Because the slide you showed, there was quite a number of mismatch.
Actually, madam, the main part is the common application form and first time registration. Yes, madam. This common application form, actually it integrates all the departments, all the line departments, whatever data they require and we have reduced much of the data here. But then also minimum data which is required here, this has to be made handy by the applicant. So this data and
am I
actually,
audible?
Yes, madam. Hello. Yes, madam.
Yeah. Could you hear my question?
Yes, madam. I could hear you.
Yeah. So what is the time delay for applying for registration and actual registration?
Now, madam, for the means for applying, actually he has to fill up the application form, which is the common application form. After that, it requires means if all the data are handy and there are some documents to be uploaded, if these are handy, it requires hardly 10 to 15 minutes. And after that, if he applies, now based on the application, means after application and after payment of required fees, and there after the timeline starts for the department, whatever service he has applied for that, in some departments it is 7 days, it ranges from 7 to 30 days, maximum is 30 days within that.
No, I'm not asking that. Those are service dependent, type and nature of the service they are applying for. No, I'm asking if an entrepreneur or a business wants to register on your portal.
Yes, madam.
So how long it takes for a registration process?
The first registration starting from his business and it will take madam 15 minutes.
Sorry?
15 minutes, madam. Means filling up to filling up the common application form, madam.
Yeah, that is what I asked. The reason I asked the question, when you showed your slides, in one of the slides you showed the number of registered businesses, number of applications received, and the number sanctioned, and there is quite a mismatch in all the three numbers. So that's the reason I asked. But anyway, if it is only 15 minutes, fine. But then you need to update your data on the slide.
No, madam, one applicant can apply for multiple services. He has registered. Many of them has registered but not applied for any service, or most of them has applied for 2 or 3 services. So one applicant can have apply for multiple services also, madam.
But registration will be same because you are talking about a unique identification number.
Registration, because whenever an applicant, he will avail factories, like he can avail this factory, he can apply for this factory license, he can apply for pollution control, he can apply for labor. So once this common application he has filled up, he can apply for any of these services from this.
Okay,
one
thank you.
Can apply for many services.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, madam.